Hi, we are going to find the slope of a line. Slope means the steepness of the line. If we are going from left to right, going upwards, we know it is a positive slope. If it is going down from left to right, we know it will be a negative slope. Slope can be found in two ways. One is knowing the rise over run, and we can do that if we have the graph in front of us. We can find any 2 points that fall on that line. For example, we have -1, -1 right here. We have 3, 0 here. We can look at those 2 points and we can find that rise. The rise from this point to this point is a rise of 1. A positive 1 goes up, and a run or positive 1 would go to the right, so we go from 1, 2, 3, a run of 4. So our slope would be the slope of 1/4. It has that kind of a slant. Now say we do not have the graph to be able to do that visual check. We can do it strictly from any 2 points that fall on that line. We can say that this is point 1 and point 2, or we can say this is point 1 and point 2. It does not matter as long as you are consistent with that terminology. To find that rise over run, it is the same as finding the difference in the y coordinates, that would be those two, over the difference in the x coordinates, which is those two. We can show that down here. If I said this was point 1 and point 2, I would say the difference of y is 0 minus a -1. Difference in x would be 3 minus a -1. I can change those to addition problems if it is easier for me to think about it that way. 0 minus a -1 is the same as 0 plus 1, which would give me a rise of 1. 3 minus a -1 is the same as 3 plus a positive 1, which is 4, which would be the run of 4. So again, finding our slope of 1/4 for this same graph. Now I can look at different graph, which would be this one. This would be considered my negative slope. I could find any 2 points on this line. I could use this point and this point. I could use this point and this point, this one and this one. Again, it does not matter as long as you find any 2 points on that line. For example, on this one, we will use these 2 points. This one is -4, 6. This one is -1, 2. If I am finding the rise, well, in this case, I'm declining, so it is a rise that is negative. So to get from this point to this point, I am going to rise a -1, 2, 3, 4, and a run of 1, 2, 3. So it would be a -4/3 as my slope of this line. Again, I can find that difference in y and difference of x if I use those 2 points.